Hello and welcome to Raider HQ After Dark. I'm your host Raider, and I wanted to put out kind of a video. Now this is not going to be the an in-depth review of it because we've had a change in the manual as of August 19th, 2025 that is still in motion. They've already done an update on this since they've released it, so it's a little premature for me to put out like a very detailed video about it. But what I wanted to do is kind of make you aware that the VA is currently evaluating its death and indemnity clause, right? So when a veteran passes, what can happen is a family member can request to be a substitute claimant, and they can, once they're approved for substitution, they can go back and they can kind of reopen any existing or pending claim at the time of the veteran's passing. They can also, on behalf of the veteran, they can request for a higher level review based upon a decision that was kind of qualifying during that period of time. And they can also do appeals on decisions that were kind of open at that time. Okay, so I'm just going to just gloss over that real quickly. Now, I will say that if you wanted to look into the substitution of claimant a little bit more, 1123B and actually 1123A are good sections of the manual. Like this entire section kind of talks about what the substitute claimant's rights are and what they're able to do. But the nugget of information that is important is what specifically has changed. And what specifically has changed is that the VA is currently wanting to include the PACT Act conditions within the scope of the substitute claimant's ability to appeal. So why does that matter? Okay. It matters because the veteran who passed away might have passed away for a cancer that at the time didn't qualify as a presumptive condition, but now does, right? But they met criteria beforehand and they were denied for the cancer. Well, under this, and it is still a work in progress, it is still moving parts, okay? But what they're talking about is if an election for reevaluation, right, of the previously denied DIC claim was pending at the time of the original claimant's death, you could potentially reopen it and say, hey, could I have the PACT Act considered? Could I have burn pits considered? Could I have the new locations for Agent Orange considered? Could I have anything that's to do with the PACT Act, all the changes? If that contributed to the veteran's death, then I can never say this. The substitute claimant, the family member, the spouse, whomever it is that gets approved, they can potentially, on behalf of the deceased veteran, push forth that new theory of service connection associated with presumptives under 38 CFR 3.320, under 38 CFR 3.317, and also the changes to the presumption based upon new locations for like Agent Orange and whatnot. So what this boils down to is for specific survivors, or substitute claimants, it gives them potentially another shot to maybe get widow's pension or something like that. So this change right here, it's premature for me to direct you onto how to go about doing this, but I'm just saying that the VA is now including the PACT Act as a potential, way for survivors, substitute claimants, to get DIC awarded, under the PACT Act. So that's about it. I mean, literally, this is all that it says currently. But if you come up here, we're talking like this is fresh. I mean, this is off the presses. So um, take some time, digest it, like wait for these to come out. I will put out more stuff as I know. I don't want to say anything more than this currently. But if you read this section, it says, although any eligible survivor can also be considered a substitute for a request for higher level review, the evidentiary record remains closed when the higher level review is requested. Okay, what this means, and I will actually go out on a limb on this one and say that if you have any evidence that you believe should be part of the higher level review associated with the PACT Act, right? Like if there was any evidence that you could use to strengthen your claim as a substitute claimant, right, related to the PACT Act, you should submit that evidence before you create the higher level review. That's all this portion of this manual reference is saying. Any additional evidence while a higher level review is pending can't be used. That's what they're saying. But if you submit the evidence before you submit the higher level review, then that evidence technically can be used. It is kind of how they're saying it. So anyway, I know this is just a 5-minute video. I wanted to put it out. It won't be, this is not just my video for today. I'll put out another video for today. But anyway, channel update. We have hit over 2,500 subscribers thanks to you guys and your diligence and listening to me ramble all the time, and I appreciate that. Do all the YouTubey things if you want to. You don't have to, but I will put out more on this topic as it comes across. So anyway, that's all I got for this one. Thank you, and Raider out.